What's up, everybody? This is Diaries of a Wounded Warrior. I'm your host, Halston, and today we're joined once again by my lovely wife, Abigail. And for those of y'all who don't know, today is Friday, and Fridays are Freedom Friday. On Freedom Friday, what we tend to do is we tend to come together. We each pour ourselves a great drink, which I will finish mine shortly. And then we take this vase here that's full of different subjects and questions. We will pull out a question and answer it to the best of our ability. But before we move on with that, we just want to say that to our new subscribers, we really appreciate y'all's support helping us grow this channel. We're going to continue to do that in the best way that we can. We appreciate it. So I'm going to continue to make my drink. And, baby, if you have anything you want to say.
So this week we are going to do a shout out to one of the guys that Halston knows from his time when he was recovering from his injuries. So we want to give a shout out to John. John called Halston earlier this week, and it was awesome to hear an update through Halston about how John is doing. And so we just wanted to say, hey, John, thanks for watching. We're proud of you. We're proud of the progress that you've made, and we want to definitely keep in touch. Make sure that you keep telling us how things are going, because you are an important part of our lives from that part of our lives, and so I was so excited when I came home and Halston said that he had talked to you that day. So.
Yep. Abigail always appreciates it whenever she comes home and I let her know that people are reaching out to me, that this channel is in fact getting out there, that people are getting more informed, feeling free and feeling comfortable to reach out to us and talk to us about things. Like she said, John reached out to me, said that he's enjoying the content. We send nothing but love and, motivation towards you, John. We hope that you continue to move in the right direction. We're proud of you and we appreciate you reaching out to us. And just remember that we lean on you just as much as you lean on us. That's the point of this community, and we're excited to keep it growing. But without further ado, we're going to move on to these questions and these topics. I'm going to let my wife go first.
See if I can just pick one this time.
Yeah. Let me actually choose mine.
There's one. All right. Oh, geez. What conversation are you least looking forward to having with your children?
Least looking forward to having would probably be I would have to say at first I wanted to say sex, but then I realized that the whole sex conversation is I don't feel like it's going to be difficult. Honestly, I would have to say history of racial discrimination and bias, because I believe that we are kind of moving towards, which is a good thing, moving towards, more information being provided in schools, through our education system. People are becoming more informed of, the like racial struggles that have happened in the past. And because whenever I went to school, that wasn't really something that was pushed on us. And so I didn't come home with those types of questions. And I believe that our kids are going to come home with those types of questions. And I don't think that we would necessarily be unable to answer them, but I feel like for me, and I know it's for you, it's a touchy subject, and it's one of those things where like we want to make sure that people are informed and educated because we know that the history is important, but just for reasons of it being like a difficult thing for me to talk about, I feel like it would be something that I'm not looking forward to having, a conversation I'm not looking forward to having. So yeah.
I would say mine's very, very similar.
Yeah.
And probably along those lines. I think that the difficult conversations that I am least looking forward to are the ones where we're trying to teach certain values, certain behaviors that we believe are the way human beings should act, and having the child recognize a blind spot for me and saying, but what about when you do? And then me having to have that humility and the ability to admit that, hey, mom's human, mom made a mistake, you're absolutely right, I need to change what I'm doing, and having that kind of a conversation where you kind of have to walk back and recognize that maybe you haven't been acting in the way that you want the child to act and having it be something, because kids pick up on that. And so I think I'm least looking forward to having to admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm also very willing to admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where whenever you have children, more than any other time in your life, you're going to notice your faults because they make it so blatantly obvious. And you know that, hey, this is like a representation, literally, of what we created. And so now it's kind of in your face. Oh my God, this is my personality, or at least half so. And
someday you will have a child just like you.
And then you get to like really reflect and say, oh my God, but it's also a good thing because you get to work on yourself and you get to like teach, as your bloodline moves forward. So I'm looking forward to those conversations. I just know that they're hard conversations to have. And I know that they're going to be more difficult because there's going to be more questions due to the increase in information that's being put out there, which, like I said, is a great thing. So it's kind of like, I'm 50-50. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough conversation. So I'm going to reach in here and pick something out, something juicy. If you had to be an inanimate object for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
A toilet seat. No, just kidding. I don't know.
It's a tough one. Strong. Guys, it's strong. Now keep in mind that this stuff is strong. So
I have no idea.
No answer? I think I have one if you want to take some more time.
Yeah, you answer first, because otherwise you're just going to watch me.
If I was going to be an inanimate object for the rest of my life, and why, I would have to say a train.
Engine, caboose.
The whole thing. Can I not say the whole thing? Is that kind of... I mean,
we make the rules.
This is true. I would say a train because, number one, trains, I feel like they, travel quite a bit, depending on which train it is. And you get to socialize in a way. A lot of people board the train, diverse groups come onto the train. They might engage in a little bit of chit chat. So I feel like if I was an inanimate object, in order to still stay involved in society as an inanimate object, I would want to be a train because I would still be able to spend time with people, travel, I guess. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you were, like, let's say you were this island, you wouldn't really go anywhere. You know what I mean? I would want to still go places. Like if I was aware. If I was an inanimate object that was aware of things.
But if you're inanimate, wouldn't that mean that you are not aware?
Yeah, that's a tough one. But if you are an inanimate object, the only way you would know you as an inanimate object is if you were conscious.
I think I would want to be a boulder at the top of a mountain.
Oh, God.
Where I can provide like seating for people to just sit and look out.
Oh, that is pretty good. I like that.
We live in Florida, but I'm a mountain, mountains or beach. My answer is always mountains.
Yeah.
So I would like to be, and I have a fear of heights, but my fear of heights is man-made heights. So like top of mountains, like cliffs, things like that. Like I don't get super close to the edge or anything, but I like looking out from a height that is not man-made. So being some sort of seating thing, but I don't want to be like a bench or something. I want to be like a big rock that they wouldn't move down the mountain.
Yeah.
But that is
something substantial enough that's going to stay there.
Right. Substantial enough it's going to stay there, but useful enough that it would be a place where people can sit and enjoy nature.
And, I mean, you would get like to... you would get visits from people from all around the world, potentially. That's pretty good. I like that one. I think we have time for one more.
One more. Go for one.
A boulder. That is a good one. Makes me rethink my train answer.
If you could swap bodies with one celebrity, who would it be and why?
Oh, do you have an answer?
I have recently started the book by Judy Greer, and I can't even remember what it's called, which is probably appropriate considering she is always the supporting actress. She always plays the best friend or something like that. And so I don't know what you know me from, I think is what it's called. But I think that I would actually enjoy swapping bodies with Judy Greer because she's done something like 80 films, like where she's been supporting actress, or she's had smaller roles and things like that, but she's made a name for herself. And when I saw that she had written a book, because of all of the rom-coms that I've seen her in and things like that, but so far with this book, I really like Judy Greer, so shout out to Judy Greer. And that is, she just seems like she's fun.
I guess because you said that, it kind of led me into my answer. I would have to say Nicolas Cage because,
Judy Greer, Nicolas Cage, yeah, totally on the same level.
well, no, just because you said that, like, she's been in so many films, so many supporting characters, so many TV series. I mean, Judy Greer's been in a ton of things, and Nicolas Cage has been in a ton of things. I mean, we were talking just the other day. Nicolas Cage has already done, I think, 5 movies this year. 5 movies this year, I believe. It's either 4 or 5. And I think the fourth one just came out and he's making his fifth. But Nicolas Cage, like, there was one year where I think Nicolas Cage did something crazy like 16 movies in one year. It was something crazy like that. He's been in over 200 films and he does a lot of independent stuff now. And I saw something on social media a while back where it was like, man, Nicolas Cage is really like going downhill. And I immediately thought that was just so crazy. Nicolas Cage, he owns an actual castle and he owns like his own private jet and he's got like 4 other homes and all these other things. And so Nicolas Cage has, I would assume, a pretty amazing life. And I mean, for those reasons, like all of the interesting roles that he gets to play, all the places he gets to travel, all the homes that he has around the world, and the fact that he owns a castle, I would have to go with Nicolas Cage. Was it for a day?
Um,
What was it?
no, just swap bodies with
Yeah,
one
swap
celebrity.
bodies. Like for like total, I would swap bodies with Nicolas Cage.
We would just be swapping bodies.
Oh, not
But I
lives.
feel like the brain would come with it because if you're swapping bodies, then you get the brain.
Yeah, and if I have his body, then I should be able to take his role in life, because it's not like he's gonna walk up as me and be like, "But for real, I'm Nicolas
I
Cage."
mean, we make the rules. So.
And yeah, so I feel like I would just be able to step into his life. So I would take Nicolas Cage's life, and I know that people are gonna be like, "That is so dumb." Well, whatever. But for those of y'all out there watching this, let us know. We will go back over the questions. Question 1 was if you had to be, or question 2, if you had to be an inanimate object for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
First question.
Yep. First question was, what conversation are you least looking forward to having with your children? Third question was, if you could swap bodies with one celebrity, who would it be and why? So, guys, that concludes our Freedom Friday. We are going to end it off with one more drink. And just so y'all are aware, as always, even if you don't realize it, even if you don't believe it, there's a warrior in every single one of you, and we see it. We want to make sure that y'all have a wonderful, fantastic week. We will see y'all for Maintenance Monday. Take care.